Hi there. Today I want to share with you some news about an overlooked marketing medium. Now, this is something every business, every sales organization, every salesperson can use to reach new markets and get new customers. In fact, when used the right way, this is a marketing medium that consistently generates the highest response rates in business-to-business lead generation, direct sales, and ROI index. But here's the catch. Sales organizations, regardless of the industry or the prospects they're selling to, seldom use this marketing medium effectively. Just like you, their lead generation focuses on email marketing or social media or internet marketing. Now, all these are certainly effective sales tools, but for building a solid base of qualified sales prospects, yes, I said qualified sales prospects, that you can develop into becoming your customers, there's a terrific sales tool you're almost certainly overlooking. And from personal experience, I can tell you this. This is a marketing medium that's especially effective for small business. It levels the playing field. It gives small business owners the ability to establish one-to-one personal contact with new business prospects. And it enables you to do this in a very personal way, ahead of the bigger companies with larger, less personalized sales and marketing organizations. Now, this marketing medium I'm talking about is not search engine optimization or social media marketing or email marketing. They already get plenty of attention. They're well under the spotlight, so let's skip them for now and go under the radar to the marketing medium that's so overlooked and so underused by sales organizations, large and small alike. Can you guess what it is? Okay, here's a hint. It's from a trade organization, one you're probably familiar with. It's called the Direct Marketing Association, and they represent companies that use direct marketing. And as you can imagine, they have an ear to the ground. They know what's working in the business, what media works, what campaigns are working, and so forth. And each year, the Direct Marketing Association tracks the response rates for all kinds of direct marketing campaigns in particular professions. And here's what I find interesting about this service. They track the media that yield the best response rates. And according to the Direct Marketing Association, each year, one particular medium consistently generates the highest response rates in business-to-business lead generation, direct sales, and ROI index. Now, this is the marketing medium that I've been talking about. It's the one that so many companies, large and small, fail to use effectively, and perhaps you're one of them. Yet this marketing medium can deliver huge returns, outperforming direct mail, email marketing, and social media marketing campaigns. Okay, here's the answer. The marketing medium I've been talking about is outbound, business-to-business telemarketing. That's right, telemarketing, for marketing your goods, for advertising your services, and for establishing that all-important personal one-to-one contact with your customers and your potential customers. That phone of yours can be a fantastic marketing medium, but there's a catch. Telemarketing has a terrible reputation, and the reason is clear. It's because so much telemarketing is used the wrong way, with ineffective salespeople making the calls. Now, you and I both get these calls at home and at work. The calls, for the most part, are unprofessional, and they're made by a person whose voice is unprofessional. And like I said, for the most part, the call is just ineffective. And if you're like me, you hang up before the caller gets to first base. And because so much telemarketing is done this way, usually by high-volume call centers selling commodity products or services, telemarketing gets a bad name. It's why, if you're a small business owner, or if you're part of a sales organization, or maybe you're a sales manager and you want to try telemarketing, well, if you ask your boss, or if you ask the business owner, you know what he's going to tell you. Chances are he'll frown and say, telemarketing, that's just not our style. Well, I want to bring telemarketing to you in an entirely different way. It's a way of using your phone to build relationships, create trust, and establish personal one-to-one contact with your customers and your potential customers. Now, even today in the digital age, this is still one of the most effective tools available to marketers. And the reason is pretty clear. It's because the power of speech is such a very effective sales tool, especially on the phone. Used the right way, the right voice can convey feeling, moods, and attitudes through a variety of voice qualities, and certain voices have that special quality that makes you want to listen. We've all heard it, the person whose voice sounds so pleasant, so relaxing, that we actually enjoy listening to them speak regardless of what they're saying. The top performing salespeople have this special quality. Now, just for a moment, think of placing that kind of sales professional on the phone for your business, marketing your business, developing qualified leads, and finding the key contacts and the most profitable prospects in the markets and the companies you want to sell to. When handled this way at the professional level, telemarketing gets huge results, allowing you to establish a conversation with a customer rather than just looking at profiles and numbers. Are you starting to see the value of using that phone of yours to market your business and advertise your services? Ready for some tested telemarketing tips that can make your telemarketing easier and way more productive? Well, the most important tip I can give you is this: forget one-call telemarketing and think long-term. Now, by that, I mean establishing and building long-term relationships with your prospects when you contact them by phone. Use your telemarketing to get to know these folks and their businesses. With each call, you want to establish a personal one-to-one dialogue and find out a little more about what you can do for them. And that's not completely discovered in a single phone call. And here is where so many sales organizations fail at telemarketing. Their strategy is short-sighted, their focus misdirected, and that's because rather than focusing on those long-term relationship-building aspects of telemarketing, these folks want the quick sales. They're looking for the hot leads, the prospects who are primed and ready for a face-to-face sales appointment. Now, if that's your strategy, your telemarketing will fail. You'll walk away from your telemarketing projects frustrated, discouraged, and convinced telemarketing just doesn't work. So do yourself a favor. Forget one-call telemarketing. Think instead of those follow-up calls, or put another way, use that phone of yours to identify key prospects and then build a list of these qualified sales prospects who you can develop into becoming your customers. And here's how you do it. Your initial cold calls are to identify these prospects, not make the sale. That comes later. So for now, focus on finding the folks interested in your particular product or service. That's the purpose of your first call, qualifying your prospects. And from there, your follow-up calls take over. And these follow-up calls are huge. They create trust, build confidence, and move the sales process forward. They develop your prospects into becoming your customers. And yes, this does take time and patience, but it works like one-call telemarketing never did. Well, we've covered quite a bit of ground together, and it's my hope that what I put together for you on this brief presentation gives you a better understanding of how telemarketing can help you grow your business, how it can help you establish and build solid relationships with your prospects and your potential customers. And it's that personal one-to-one relationship building process, the way you can establish and then build this relationship with your prospects by over-the-phone sales prospecting and telemarketing. That's what makes telemarketing such an effective marketing medium. And one thing I want to mention here before closing is that if you decide to outsource your telemarketing and sales prospecting, be careful who you hire. The person you put on the phone for you speaks volumes about you, about your sales organization, and your business. After all, it's your brand, it's your reputation that's on the line. So be careful who you hire for your over-the-phone sales projects. And outsourcing to call centers is fine for high-volume cookie-cutter telemarketing, but this is not the kind of telemarketing I'm suggesting you try, especially if your business is small business. My advice is test your telemarketing on a much smaller scale, something far more personal than the services that you get with the large high-volume call centers. My advice is test your telemarketing in a much smaller way. This specialized small business telemarketing service is what I offer at Marketing Direct. My service is specifically for small business. We're building long-term relationships with your customer, and your prospect base is what drives your business. Now, put another way, if you want to reach new markets and get new business appointments in ways that are practical and easy to test, I can help you. I use small trial projects that let you get a feel for what I can do for your business, reaching new markets, getting new customers, and taking better care of the customers you already have. Now, if that sounds sensible and something you want to try, here's the number to call where you can reach me directly. Or, if you like, visit my website at Marketing Direct. Either way, you'll learn more about using that phone of yours to grow your business in ways that are practical and easy to test.